Well, let's bring you the stock market report for the day, and that's for yesterday. The bears continue to dominate in the Nigerian equities market as investors sold off Nigerian brewery stock, and the all-share index dipped by 0.3% to 52,815.78 points. Meanwhile, the month-to-date lost 0.3%, while the year-to-date return moderated to 23.7%. The total volume traded decreased by 7.1% to 274.43 million units, valued at 4.03 billion naira, and exchanged in 5,011 deals. First Bank Holdings of Nigeria was the most traded stock by volume and valued at 74.6 million units and 836.14 billion naira respectively. On sectors analysis, the consumer goods lost 1.3%, while banking, insurance, and oil and gas shared 1%, 0.6%, and 0.1% respectively. However, the industrial goods index closed flat. As measured by market breadth, market sentiment was negative as 25 tickers lost relative to 11 gainers. 10% lost in Royal Exchange and 9.8% lost in Global Spectrum recorded the most significant losses of the day, while Ellen Lakes and PZ topped the gainers list with 9.6% and 9.6% in that order. Well, to help us better understand what happened at the stock exchange market yesterday is Ambrose Omodio. Ambrose Omodio is the Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consulting Limited. Thank you for joining us, Ambrose Omodio.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, we saw a bearish move in the market yesterday as the market declined further on Thursday, and the all-share index lost 0.3% to settle at 52,862.14. That's from 52,974.15 basis points on Thursday. What would you ascribe this decline to?
Yeah, actually, I would say that the selling pressure in the market has continued since on Monday, and that also has affected the market in terms of price depreciation, and also we saw that major indices in the market are also shedding weight. And this has a lot of investors taking profit after the market has recorded a 2 months uptrend. The month of April is positive, while May was positive. These are the factors that I know responding for the kind of set down. At the same time, like naturally, people that don't want to take risks, seeing the adjustment in the NPR, that also will signal for them to look away of fixed income instruments. But I'll tell you that space too is not too attractive now because liquidity in every corner is a bit tight. But I believe that going into the future, we'll see the market also rebounding, and there's a kind of strategy that our investors have all over the world, that you buy low and sell high. Now that we're seeing that the stock market in Nigeria has pulled back for almost straight 4 days, I will see that we might start seeing bargain hunting coming back to the market to take advantage of the pullback in price. And that will also prepare the market for going into the future. And at the same time, all eyes are on 2 major data or reports from the economic manager, especially one coming from Bureau of Statistics, that's about the inflation rate, or call it consumer price index for the month of May. And at the same time, we want to know whether the activities for the month of May was also positive in terms of looking forward to see the purchasing manager index that tell you whether there's a kind of contraction in the manufacturing sector or activities. That when this 2 data in the market, we're going to also change the line of thought of many players in the market to know where they can hedge against inflation and what they should expect from the market going into the future. And don't forget that this is the last month for the month of for the second quarter of the year. I believe that looking forward to see any season in the month of July, that also inform decision where investors to start putting their tents at the month is beginning, because this is the 3rd trading day of the month. I believe that this will give us an insight what we expect. But also in the history of Nigeria market, I will say it anywhere that the month of June has not been a favorable month, because in the month of June, especially at the beginning of month of June.
But the month only just began, Ambrose.
No, yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I say historical. I didn't say
okay,
historical.
all right.
When you do historical, you need to look at what has happened in the past Junes, not the one today.
Okay.
So use what has happened about to make a forecast of what we expected. I say in the history of Nigeria market that the month of June has not been favorable more because for the past 5 years, the month of June has been down for 3 months, and for 3 years and up for 3 years. You can still see it. Then if you are taking it back to 10 years later, you see that the month of June is not too attractive. But that is not so that we expect a negative June. But investors know that the first 2 trading weeks in the month of June, where the market was delayed, especially now that May closed positive and April closed positive. Profit taking was to put the price down to become attractive for new entrants. Okay. That's why I said anybody in the market should not panic, but have your strong your support your stop loss, and at the same time know your entry and your exit strategy so that you can play better and also manage your risk in the market. That is it.
All right, let's look at the gainers chart where we saw Ella Lake stopping the chart with a 30 kobo gain to close at 3 naira 42 kobo. What would you attribute this loss to?
For Ella Lake, I think I can say it's to rebound in price, but that should not say that, oh, all is well with the company immediately. But I said that, yes, there are some of kind of restructuring that company, also trying to invest in other business line to expand the horizon and also expand the business capacity of the company, which is good. But the price moving for the first time, I won't say it's because of no expectation. I would say it just market forces now want to start seeing the impact of their expansion, and they're also investing in another product line that will boost their bottom line. But I would say what I saw in the market yesterday is just the market forces. That means behavior of buyers and sellers. It's not just for anything to be attributed to, but just market forces for me. But why for PZ? PZ has a May as year end, and May just ended. Market is expecting PZ to release unaudited account for the month of June, which is this month. That means between now and end of June, we expect the result of PZ to hit the market. It's possible that investors are taking advantage of result expectation to position in PZ. But don't forget that PZ have between now and the end of August to release their result, depending on what they choose. If they choose to release within 60 days before the end of July, but they need to release this first one now 30 days, and that means it will stay till around August to see their full year. For me, that is what is moving PZ. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the losers chart where Global Spectrum Energy led the chart, losing 27 kobo to close at 2 naira 50 kobo. Why this negative sentiment in that particular shares?
Yeah, as you just said, globally, oil, energy, their prices are looking down, looking up. Sorry, but for the global spectrum you just mentioned, for the price to be looking down at this hour, there also is a reflection that the company has not really done well much in terms of performance to showcase for investors, and I believe that is why it's also moving in that direction. But at the time, it might get a strong support level that will become attractive for investors again. But if there's no history of dividend payment, there's no need of payout to investors, such stock will not rally, and that is why it's coming down, even when the market is having positive sentiment for oil sector or energy sector at this time all over the world. Yeah.
So what sentiments are likely to dominate the market as it closes for the week?
Yeah, actually, I said the market has been on a decline for straight 4 days. Today being last trading day of the week, we might see little improvement in terms of bargain hunting, but that might not turn the narrative today. But unless the bull or the high cap stocks also appreciate today's story, that might change the trend. But for me, I think we have seen a decline for 4 days. But let's expect that because of that, we might see some bargain hunting coming into the market to kind of flex muscle. But let's see how it goes. That's why I said it's a mixed market we're expecting today.
All right, thank you so much for the in-depth analysis. I'm Bruce Amodion, Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consultant Limited. Thank you for your time on Business Breakfast.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good day.